10. Mythical creatures you've never heard of. From the whispering winds of Japan to the untamed wilds of Australia, the world is filled with strange and lesser-known mythical creatures. Have you ever heard of the Kitsune, a fox with 9 tails and magical powers? Or the Manananggal, a terrifying creature of the night that separates its upper body to hunt for prey? What hidden truths lie behind these legends? Are they mere myths, or do they have roots in real-life creatures? Join us as we journey through 10 of the most intriguing and mysterious mythical beings you may never have heard of. Kitsune. First, we travel to Japan, the land of the Kitsune. In Japanese folklore, Kitsune are magical foxes capable of shape-shifting into human form. Often portrayed as tricksters, they can either bring great fortune or cause chaos. But could there be a scientific explanation for this legend? Some researchers suggest that the Kitsune stories may have originated from the clever and elusive behavior of real foxes, who often use their wits to outsmart predators and humans alike. Now, let's move to Ireland and meet the puka or puka. This shape-shifting creature from Celtic folklore can take on the form of a dark horse, goat, or even a human. It's known to play tricks, sometimes leading travelers astray in the dead of night. Some historians believe the puka might be inspired by nocturnal animals like the barn owl or nocturnal bat, whose eerie calls and sudden appearances have startled people for centuries. Next, we venture to China, home of the mystical Kitsune. Often described as a chimeric creature with the body of a deer, scales of a fish, and the tail of an ox, the Kitsune is considered a harbinger of peace and prosperity. Some speculate that sightings of giraffes brought back by Chinese explorers in ancient times may have influenced this myth, as the giraffe's unusual appearance closely matches the depictions of the Kitsune in historical texts. Rakshasa enter the world of the Rakshasa from Indian mythology. These fearsome demons are shapeshifters and notorious for their cunning nature. Some modern interpretations suggest that stories of Rakshasas could be based on encounters with big cats like tigers or leopards, whose elusive behavior and ability to silently stalk their prey in the dark jungles mirror these mythical creatures' sinister nature. Koshchei the Deathless. In Russian folklore, we find Koshchei the Deathless, a terrifying sorcerer who can never be killed, his soul hidden away in a needle, inside an egg, inside a duck, which is inside a hare, which is inside a chest buried under a green oak tree. His story may reflect humanity's age-old fear of death and the unknown. Some scholars suggest that Koshchei may symbolize harsh Russian winters, or be inspired by real-life warlords whose ruthlessness became legendary. Manananggal. In the Philippines, the terrifying Manananggal is said to separate from its lower half at night, sprouting bat-like wings to hunt for prey. While the myth might seem fantastical, some believe it could have been inspired by the behavior of large fruit bats, often seen hanging upside down, or by the rare disorder of hypertrichosis, which causes excess body hair, giving a person an unusually hairy appearance. Huldra. Let's move on to Scandinavia, where another mythical creature lives in the stories. The Huldra from Scandinavian folklore is a seductive forest spirit depicted as a beautiful woman with a cow's tail and a hollow back resembling a tree trunk. She lures men into the woods, never to return. Some scientists believe the stories of the Huldra might have originated from sightings of women dressed in traditional clothing, or perhaps by the eerie appearance of certain animals or even illusions created by dense forests and low light. From the land down under, meet the bunyip, a mythical creature said to inhabit Australian swamps and billabongs. Descriptions vary widely, from a giant starfish to a seal-like monster. Some speculate that the legend of the bunyip might have stemmed from the bones of prehistoric animals like the Diprotodon, or sightings of unusual aquatic creatures that lurk in the murky waters. Anansi in West African folklore. Anansi the spider is a trickster god, often outsmarting more powerful beings. While mythical in nature, Anansi's traits may reflect the cunning and adaptable behavior of real spiders, whose webs can trap creatures much larger than themselves, just as Anansi traps his enemies in clever schemes. Thunderbird. Finally, we look to the skies with the Native American thunderbird, a colossal bird capable of creating storms with a flap of its wings. Some suggest the myth may have been inspired by sightings of large birds like the condor, or the ancient memory of now extinct giant birds that once roamed the skies. These are just a few of the lesser-known mythical creatures that roam the legends and stories of our world. Are they purely the product of human imagination, or do they have roots in real animals and phenomena? Subscribe, like, and click the notification bell to uncover more secrets and mysteries from around the world.